We're watching every piece of Star Trek media, and we are currently in the middle of Star Trek, the animated series. Today is episode 14, and we're going to get started right now.
I'm going to watch the new episode, the new season.
Oh, adapted from the writer's story. That's interesting. He wrote his own story, and then I think Star Trek hired him, and he was like, all right, I'll make it an episode.
Maybe, yeah.
I really loving the shuttlecrafts lately.
Yeah.
Studied the history of the Slaver Empire, but it's sketchy. We know they were masters of all the intelligent beings in this galaxy a billion years ago.
What an odd group.
Yeah.
Stasis
What's that cat theory
are the
called?
only remnants
Cat in the
of
box.
those
What's that?
lost.
Schrodinger's cat?
Yeah, Schrodinger.
Oh. Sulu, where did you take us?
Mr. Sulu, what is our position?
I don't know.
There is another stasis box.
Another one.
Another box contained a disruptor bomb with the pin pulled.
Damn, so they opened one and it was just a bomb. It just exploded.
Hey, what's in here? Oh.
Yeah, that would suck. Did they open this one yet? I'm guessing not.
No. Do you even know what's inside it?
If it takes a stasis box to find another stasis box, how did anyone ever find the first one?
What came first? The stasis box or the other stasis box?
I gotta
won't
admit
have
I
any
was wrong
trouble
about the
digging.
belts. I thought it was a first episode thing, but here they're back.
Pieces
Hopefully they
melted.
exist outside of this show.
Oh, you're done.
Those the cat people? Or like that one guy from the council episode?
They do look similar.
Roll credits.
The Kzinti now possess our stasis box.
So was that a trap? Maybe they do have another box.
Where are we?
A Kzinti spacecraft.
A police web. We won't be able to move unless we can turn it off.
Oh, my God. I love the lure. The lure.
Is a reader of minds.
I've heard all Kzinti telepaths are unhappy neurotics. He fits the description.
Oh, my God.
He's not likely to deal with me or Lieutenant Uhura. She and I are inferior beings to them.
I don't understand that at all.
Wait, is Uhura a vegetarian?
Are you forgetting Kzinti females are dumb animals?
Oh, just because
In an
she's female.
emergency,
Okay.
The Kzinti may forget.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Oh,
I value your intelligence, but we may be able to seize an opportunity to escape if the Kzinti believe you have none.
We can hear you.
we've heard everything.
You're a Vulcan, eater of roots and leaves. Humans, at least, are omnivorous.
The Kzinti fought 4 wars with humankind and lost all of them. The last one was 200 years ago, and you haven't learned a thing since.
Sulu said scoreboard.
Scoreboard. Lore.
Always you have had superior equipment. We seek a weapon that will defeat you at last.
Then you're really working for the Kzinti government.
Ah! This weapon may well mean the end of mankind.
Okay,
I'm like, so,
what is going on?
yeah, it's like, I'm digging it, but it's like, is it just going to be these three the whole episode?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, awesome if that's the case.
Chuff Captain, we have finished testing the meat that was in the stasis box. It is protoplasmic and poisonous.
Who's talking?
Good sir,
Oh, that's cool.
you are not afraid to die.
The Federation has had a more effective model for over 100 years.
Ooh,
God damn.
dude, he's spanking them.
Oh!
Oh, run!
Knocked her out of the web.
Yeah, surprised they didn't do the shadow run.
Female is escaping. What of it, fool? Human females are intelligent.
Now you know that?
I guess the belt doesn't protect you against phasers.
No.
Nice try.
I'm slowing down. I used to run the 100 in a record time. How long was I out? Did I miss much?
Not much.
No gun sight. No obvious
that's-
way to aim it.
It's spinny. What?
Mr. Spock, I can move.
So can I.
So that's
The
turn
police
off the
web is
power?
on.
The 5th setting seems to be an energy absorber.
There you go.
But it doesn't affect their belts, I guess. That would have been bad.
Yeah, that's convenient.
They just, oh,
When I give the word, make for the shuttle. Remember to zigzag. Ready?
Zigzag.
what are they, alligators?
Oh, it's like avoid getting shot, is that why?
Oh. You know, people say when you're running away from an alligator, they're like zigzag.
Oh, did they say that?
But I'm pretty sure they busted,
Whoa!
they busted it.
Spock just drop kicked all 3 of them.
He's like, give me that. Oh!
It's hard to zigzag when we're 2-dimensional. Ah!
Happened. I would rather not discuss it. Help me into the ship.
Wait, what?
Dropkick took him out.
I have the weapon.
They've got Uhura and subspace radio. They can call for help.
No, they cannot.
Ooh.
Because I kicked Shuft Captain. Consider, Shuft Captain has been attacked by an herbivorous pacifist. An eater of leaves and roots. One who traditionally does not fight. And the ultimate insult, I left him alive.
Damn.
This is the Traitor's Claw calling Mr. Sulu. We have the female prisoner.
Can we call the Enterprise for help?
Yeah, do they have their communicators?
We will trade her life for the slaver weapon.
What about Mr. Spock?
He must surrender. Vulcan left me with 2 ribs broken.
Ooh.
Offer refused.
They think very little of you.
Wrong. They don't think much of you.
Damn! God, they are just verbally destroying these guys.
Yeah, stand no chance.
Physically, too.
Oh, shit.
We can't give him that.
I thought they tried all the settings, though, when they had the weapon.
I think they figured out the null setting was like a first part to switch to another. I don't know. There was a lot there.
Yeah, first you have to hit no, then you have to do this.
God, it's like a fucking Death Star laser.
Sulu is the Oppenheimer of this planet now.
You know, Uhura made the comment about not liking ice planets, but I think it should have been Sulu. It would have been a nice callback to your favorite.
Oh, the Naked Time?
Yeah, your favorite line about the coffee.
Or not the Naked Time. What episode was that? Was that the Enemy Within? Yeah.
What would this be? I have no idea. Eating power.
How'd they get it now?
There is a grid.
Oh, they're there.
It may
Okay.
be another communications device.
They're like, this is not at all what we bargained for.
Voice-activated mechanism.
No, it appears to be conversing with them.
How long has it been since you were turned off? I do not know.
Now it talks? I think AI say the same thing.
Yeah.
We were on a mission. I may not tell you. One of the settings on this weapon. Tell us how to find it.
I literally just told you.
Oh, it's different.
How many settings does this thing have?
We can't let them have that weapon.
They are not about to get it. They do not know any of the military passwords.
Is that guy actually there?
I was wondering that. Like, are you just giving them all this?
What would you think?
I think I'd been captured by the enemy.
And when they asked you how to find your most powerful weapon setting, what would you give them?
Self-destruct.
Yep. Oh, shit!
Life support.
No sign of the weapon, of course. It would have looked nice in some museum.
It never would have reached the museum. There was too much power in that one setting. If not the Kzinti, the Klingons or some other species would have tried to possess it.
Probably better that it was destroyed, yeah.
Yeah. How's it feel, Sulu? You're the only person to ever get to fire that weapon.
Gee, that was
Oh my god.
that was so fast, but so holy god, dude, the lore. Just how much info was dropped and how much like history and God, so much info. I'm like, I wish I was taking notes so I could remember all of it. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting character detail. And talk about a crew. Like, I get it. Like those three are like some of the main voice actors and do a lot of repeat work. And it's interesting they gave them an entire similar Galileo 7 episode, but much better in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, before even jumping into the content of the episode, this is like historic. No Kirk. I think that's the first time that's ever happened. I mean, even in Yesteryear, he was in the beginning and end of the episode.
And Galileo 7, Kirk was.
Yeah, there was a whole B storyline and everything up on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
No Enterprise at all.
Yeah.
Exterior, interior, nothing. Nothing at all. Just the shuttlecraft. I mean, I know this is like an animated show, whatever. Like, I'm sure they didn't think of it that way. They didn't care when they made it. But it is kind of historic just for those reasons. Also, is this the first time an episode has ever been written based off of another story? Like, I'm very interested in that. Like, what is that original story? I'm not familiar with that. Is it like something where the people from Star Trek were like, oh, we like this story, hire this guy, or, you know what I mean?
And they had adapted the characters and like plugged in Star Trek characters? Like, is that how the story was, or was it like an original Star Trek story that someone wrote? I'd love to know more info about that for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys will tell us all about that, but yeah, I love this episode. I mean, this was great. Look, it's not that I hate Kirk or anything. It's not that I love the episode because he's not in it, but it's like at this point we've seen, close to 90 episodes with Kirk in all of them, so to have one where he's just not in it at all is so interesting. And this crew particularly, Sulu, Uhura, and Spock, such a, underrated crew. That was great.
Yeah, and they all played each other off so well, and they all provided in different ways, and it made them seem like a solid, like almost like a second version of like the big three, like their own like mini big three. They were all so great, and like it just makes me want to see more Sulu heavily involved, because he really like lends himself well to being like a prominent member of the team. Like he just came off like I want to see Physical George, whatever you say his name, like in that position, because in this it just seems like it fits so naturally well. And I love I think it's like two different things going on. We have like the Pandora's box thing with like the Slaver's box, and then we also have kind of almost the like nuclear bomb, like with this weapon. It's like no one should have their hands on this thing, 'cause it's just going to cause problems, and like this whole history of war, and it's like we got to hide this weapon away. And I loved how it was like an early version of AI, this thing, and like figured out like, okay, you're not giving me code words. I don't know who you are. You're asking for like the most dangerous setting on this this AI gun. Like, okay, yeah, we'll give it to you.
Just blows them all up.
Blows them up.
Yeah.
And that species was super interesting, and their whole backstory about stealing this ship. It's like I wanted to know more about that. It's like they kept dropping info, but I kept wanting more as well.
Yeah, was it the Nitsi or the Knitsi?
Yeah, Knitsi, I think.
They were great. And the whole idea of like, because this happens in real life, right? Like, oh, we're kind of like, kind of a black ops type situation. Like, we're doing this mission, but if we get caught, they're gonna, say that we stole the ship, but we're really working for the government. So that's great. And then even the little lore nuggets, like when Uhura runs and she's like, I ran the 100-meter dash. Just so awesome. And this just also reinforces how much I love every member of the crew on the Enterprise, that once we do eventually in a couple of months, start watching Next Generation, it's just going to be so interesting. Not only, everyone always argues about the captains, I feel like, right? But it's like, how about the entire crew? Like, it's going to be so hard to imagine, an entire new crew. It's going to be so interesting. But yeah, this episode itself, loved the story, loved the new characters. Everything about it was excellent.
Yeah. But this is one that I wish they did in live action. I wish we got this in live action, because they could have done it. I mean, maybe the cat creatures would have looked a little bit weird. Probably would have been toned more human-like. But like those interactions between this character's 3 Enterprise members were just all so fantastic.
And how about the whole thing about the one Knitsi creature being like basically shamed by getting kicked by Spock, like a vegetarian?
Yeah. And like them just like perfect knowing, like Spock knew. It's like they're not leaving. I kicked them, I let them live, and I'm like a vegan, blah blah blah. It's like they're not going to be able to handle it. Like just knowing how that species pride works. It's like stuff like that is super interesting.
Yeah, loved it. What did you guys think of this one? I'm guessing this is probably a high regarded one, or maybe we're way off. I don't know.
You guys are idiots.
What do you guys think of this one? And if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe, be part of our journey through all of the Star Trek franchise, and be part of the target audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for coming along with us. We appreciate it. But that's it for today. Thank you very much. We're done.